Hey guys, it's Smiles from Reaper Gaming, and tonight we've got a 650 point game. So I'm taking the Last Alliance list here. So I've got Isildur with Shield and the Ring on horse, and Círdan in the corner. And I've got a captain on horse with the full kit, and I've got a mix of 31 Númenóreans and elves with a couple Rivendell Knights in there as well. So it's a pretty good list, 31 models altogether, and we're going to play Fog of War. So we're playing on this board here, which is very nice from Sam, and I've got to pick a terrain piece to take. So I'm going to pick this watchtower in the middle, probably pretty obvious, but my army wants to bubble up, so and I want something with easy access, so that's going to be the terrain piece. I'm going to protect Círdan in the cloth with defense 4. I want to protect him anyways. It's probably an obvious target to kill, but that's okay. I reckon I'll be able to get around that. And I'm gonna choose to kill his King of Man. I think that's gonna be the easiest model. He's gonna want to fight with it. He might run away, but I reckon I'll be able to get to it.
Alright, so I've got Eorl Young, 7 Sons of Eorl, a few of the Riders of Rohan, a couple of Royal Guard, and a Bolt Thrower, and a King of Men with some Rangers of Gondor and some other men, playing Fog of War against Smiles. And so I'm going to use my, going to keep my Avenger Bolt Thrower veteran alive, and I'm going to use my Avenger Bolt Thrower to kill his Captain of Men, and that should be fun. Definitely forgot to pick my location to capture. So right in the back corner is like the tavern, and the tavern has some models, so I'm going to avoid that. I'm going to avoid Central. I'm going to try and take the barn, the place where all the horses go. I forgot what it was. But it's full of stuff, and it's got the captain, or the elven captain, not a captain of man. So if I'm going to figure out how to kill that dude with the bolt thrower, it should be fun, right? Shivers. After deployment, we have the king and his warband central. We have the Earl and his 7 sons, and then the bolt thrower on this side of the board, and across the board coming out of the Rohan town. So obviously we're coming back to reclaim our town from this guy.
Yeah, we can't have that.
We've set up some.
So we've got the captain, a couple archers.
Where's your captain?
He's the captain.
Oh yeah.
Got Isildur in the middle. We've got Círdan over on the side. A couple key archers up there.
No worries. So that's deployment. So now let's roll for the other thing, priority for the next turn. And the tray, oh my goodness. 4. Where are your dice, bro?
This is the biggest priority. Oh, yes.
Oh, great. I guess I will move and then we'll come back. Yeah, and in turn 1, how good was shooting?
So good, so good.
I think I threw 5, you threw 7.
Yeah,
and
about that. And
missed
nothing,
everything.
Nothing died.
Hit a couple of things, but that's where we are.
Hit the ballista. Didn't kill it. That was a shame.
Alright, on to turn 2 priority. I guess it goes to you.
Goes to me.
Alright, any heroics?
No, not for me.
You did do heroic channeling, and you have your blinding light bubble, which I forgot about and nearly ruined my life, but it's fine.
Yep.
Cool. Nearly got through to Círdan with the bolt thrower, but hit the wall. So I rolled 2 6s out of 6 dice, hit the wall with both of them.
More importantly, first blood goes to the Last Alliance. So
Yeah.
It's looking good.
Yes, not looking good for me, but I stayed still over here. He shifted forward, and then I went around the building on this side, and we'll have to see what happens next. So priority for turn 3. Oh, guess I really hate priority.
You do.
Any heroics, mate?
No, not for me. Yourself?
I will let you go for it.
Let's do it.
We did also have some magic. The Aura Bubble was up that turn as well, but now you're just down to the free will per turn.
Yep. So next is to get the command aura, so they're fearless.
All right, let's do it. So recap: turn 3, bolt thrower, and my shooting useless. His shooting kills Son of Eorl, and he killed this guy's horse. And then I was being cheeky, so I re-rolled the expert rider, and then I failed and killed him. So that was really bad. So it looked really good for you.
Yeah, it was looking good.
And then
we
what
should've stopped
happened?
there. And then I tried to kind of cut off this advance. I thought Isildur could kind of hold his own a little bit. Fight 6. He's got more attacks. He should be okay. He rolled a 1 on the strike off, and then proceeded to get 3 wounds. 3 wounds.
This never happens to you, so it's like the best day for me.
First fate rolled a 2, so I used the rest of my might to pass it. Next fate rolled a 3, so he's dead. And
so Eorl Young just murdered Isildur.
He's going back to the display board.
But over here it's not looking very good. I've got a very thin line against his entire army, so we'll go to turn 4. And you can have it again. Dang it.
Do you want to call anything?
I will not. I will call a heroic move with Eorl Young.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not going to call anything.
Alright, let's see if Eorl Young gets it for free. Oh, thumb in the camera. I'm the worst. Dang it. It is free this turn.
That's so good. I love that.
Yep. So end of turn recap, and the captain who snuck in over here lost the archer buddies and his horse, Sons of Eorl, I mean. Over here 2 knights died, but the captain heroic combated off a royal guard. So as he's moving up for the next turn, he won priority for turn 4, and no heroics were called. So he's trapped this guy, and right now he's moving everything he can through that position to get as many of those words of Gondor as possible. This guy's just chilling out over in his little hut, and then we'll get to my move phase. But that turn he lost a couple of knights and the captain's horse, a couple of archers, and I lost a knight and a ranger to shooting, and a warrior down in combats down here. But unfortunately these boys have not done too much this game, thanks to Kieran. Here's some live gameplay.
Here we go.
Moving in, trying to get control of that tower.
That's not what I'm doing.
Well, you've left every other building alone. See what happens. The question is, can my 12-inch Eorl Young get to this captain down in here? I do need to get better lighting in this room though. Nicely painted red and white Last Alliance, mate. On his freshly painted display board. Hasn't been the luckiest game though for old Smiles in terms of heroes just not doing anything. I killed Isildur in 1 turn, which I've never done in my life, and he's not even worth any points in the game.
Look, that was I was probably asking a bit much of him. He was trying to take on this whole flank.
Like,
him and 2 knights.
he took on 400
2
points
archers.
of my army.
I mean, if I won that 1 fight, it could have been a lot better.
You could have maybe hurt my horse.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's your objective over there. So
No way!
I just needed to tie it up a little bit.
Yeah, well, we've got about 25 minutes left on the clock, so we'll see what happens.
A little bit longer.
So we got lost a couple models in here, and then shielded, and I lost everything over there. Well, literally lost no fights. No, I lost no models, but he won all fights. And then I lost my heroic combat, but they killed the captain. So I guess we're going to the next turn 5. Man, I just don't like.
Have you
priorities.
won a priority yet?
I won the first one.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one to win.
But Eorl will call the heroic combat, and I'll see if I get it for free. I mean, heroic move. No, not for free. This might out, and I'll do a heroic move with my captain down here.
Cool. I'm out of might, so all you.
Alright, got last turn, and we got some stuff happening over here, and Kieran is going to swim across.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? Because it's the last turn and it doesn't matter?
Last turn, it might matter, You know, there might be break points. He'll lend his fight 6 to this fight. So I think it'll be a good call.
I think you should roll a 1.
He's got robes. So what are the odds, right? What are the odds for a 1?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh,
Yeah, he's fine.
He's totally okay.
He's fine.
Alright,
let's do this.
I've got no might left over there, but the captain here will call a heroic combat because why not?
Yeah. I
Let's do it.
forgot about those.
Just got this combat here. Here we go. Is your banner? Yeah, give it a go.
Oh, the Fangorn 6.
A king of men is fight 5.
Yep, okay, so we roll off.
What? Is there an elf in there?
That's an elf.
No.
Yeah.
But you don't get elven blade when spear sporting.
No. So 1, 2, 3 goes to you.
Can I win 1 roll off, please? Oh, for goodness sake. This game sucks.
Sorry, mate.
Okay, recap. So we went to time. If we had another turn, you would have definitely done some more damage here. But I'm nearly clear that Earl got stuck on that guy. Thoughts on the game?
Look, it was a good game. You definitely put a lot of pressure on that objective, and I tried to split my force to like cut it off a bit, but there probably wasn't enough. There just wasn't enough troops over there to hold you off, so that was a big turning point in the game. I maybe could have just focused on mine, let you focus on yours, and then we see what happens. But I think it was more interesting this way. But
okay, so who was the hero you had to keep alive?
Kidan.
Okay, and he was fine, so you get 3 points.
Yep.
Who was the hero you had to kill?
Your captain.
The King of Men.
King of Man, yeah.
And he was untouched, so 3 points
Yep.
to me. Oh no, you just don't score any points, so I didn't win him.
Yeah.
Okay, so far you're on 3, I'm on 0. I had to keep the siege veteran alive, and I had to kill your captain. So I killed your captain, and my siege veteran is fine.
Brutal. Yeah.
So that's swinging towards me, so I'm on 6, you're 3.
Yeah.
And then my objective was the cabin at the back, the barn.
What? Was it?
Yeah, the only one I went for was all my guys.
Yeah.
And so that's 3 points.
And mine was this. So I get a point for that. So I've got more models.
Yes, you definitely get a point for that.
You got
I
half
think it's
model
more
in there.
models wholly within, so I think you actually get the 3 for that. So I win like 9 to 6.
That was a good game.
And nobody was broken.
That was a good game.
Yeah, so a couple more turns and would have had some more deaths, but I think the fight 5, just stopping all my fight 5 heroes and fight 4 warriors so easily.
Yeah.
You roll 1 dice, get a 6, and I lose a fight. It's like so frustrating.
Yeah, that was really good. I definitely could have, if I had some more troops over there, I could have held it up a bit longer. And that's all I needed to do, I think. But
Final recap.
those
Useless
those
against
Sons of Earl.
Blinding Light. That's
Yeah,
going to be
pretty
there
hard.
3 more turns. Sons of Earl are just absolutely brutal. You got 1 shot. Yeah, take the shot. I don't think you took it before.
I didn't. I was
Just take it. See what happens.
All right.
Misses. That was more disappointing. All right. So thanks for a good game, man.
Good game, man.
Victory to Sons of Earl. Until next time.
650 points. Last Alliance versus Sons of Earl. I really thought I had this one. I mean, my captain was better than his captain. Isildur's better than Earl, also I thought. So I thought this game was looking to be in my favour when we started. So the scenario was Fog of War. And I think I made a pretty bad strategic move when I split up my force. So thinking back on the game, if I had just gone for my objective, that's where his captain was, which was my target, and his siege engine was there as well, which was the only other possibility to be his protective hero. So if I'd just gone for my objective in the middle, and then focused on hunting down his captain and the siege engine, and just completely ignored Earl and the sons that were charging up the flank, that probably would have been a better overall strategy. Instead, I tried to divert some of my force to cut off Earl and the sons, because I really didn't want him to pick up that objective. What ended up happening is I put Isildur there as a bit of bait for Earl and a son to charge. But I must have measured it a bit wrong, because Earl and 2 sons got into Isildur, and he then lost the heroic strike off and proceeded to die in the first turn of combat. So that put me in a bit of a panic state, and I heroic combated my captain over there to try and do a bit more damage, and he ended up dying as well. So it all kind of fell apart for me trying to protect that objective. I either had to completely ignore it or send some more troops over there to help defend and not rely on Isildur, a couple knights and a couple archers by themselves, because there's no way they were going to hold up against Eorl and a bunch of Sons of Eorl. So that was probably the big error in the match. Overall, I had a pretty successful time securing my objective, and if the game went on further, I had a pretty good chance of killing his captain as well. Another thing I think I would have done differently is I don't think I needed the channeled version of Blinding Light on Círdan. If I saved that might point for later, in that last turn I could have heroic combated with Círdan, which probably would have been a bit of a surprise, and taken down the captain, which I think would have resulted in a draw. So that would have been something to keep up my sleeve as well. Overall, it was a great game. Sam, Fisherman, played really, really well. He's an expert Rohan player, plays a lot. I'm a bit new with the Last Alliance, but I'm learning and I'll get there next time. Cheers.
Hey, thanks for watching and supporting Reapers. We're just a local gaming group and we just love playing lots of games and just wanted to share it with you. But I took on 650 points of Minas Tirith and Rohan, and this list for me is something I've been working on. It's basically a list that represents Fields of Celebrant, where Earl and his riders came and saved the King of Man at the time from the Wayne riders. And so I've got the Cav contingent in Rohan and then a ragtag group of random warriors in the King of Man's Warband. And then the bolt thrower, because it's so powerful. I think the bolt thrower is pretty awesome. 70 points and you just get to shoot a lot of things with really powerful bolts. So pretty much will always take that with Minas Tirith at any chance I get. And I take 7 Sons of Eorl because that's how many I own. If I had more, I would take more. I'd take 14 Sons of the Banner if I could. They're such a cool model. So basically the list, in my mind, I set up the King of Man and his warriors somewhere to sit and hold for the whole game. And then the Cav will either take an objective or destroy a smaller portion of the force and then swing back to save the King of Man, like what would happen at the Fields of Celebrant. So it looks deceptive because the King of Man has a slightly bigger warband. He's got an extra model or two. However, he's only about 200, maybe 220 points in the 650 list. So it looks like he's got more points there, but he's actually pretty lean. But when those Sons of Earl swing around, that's about like 350 points or maybe even 400 points. It'll be about 350 points basically swinging around, flanking. So it's quite a big bulk of the list that can go and take on other units. You know, they can go and wipe out a warband on their own and then come back. So pretty powerful warband there following Earl the Young. I set up the bolt thrower initially in the wrong spot. I should have put the bolt thrower on the right hand side, and that way the Sons of Earl could come across the left flank and the bolt thrower could shoot across the right flank. I don't know why I did that. I think I was trying to get better angles line of sight, but I should have just put the bolt thrower on the right hand side and then pushed it up so I could keep flanking and shooting. So next time when I set up, you know, I normally set my King of Man in the center, so I'll make sure that my bolt thrower is on the opposite flank to the Sons of Earl. I saw him sort of set up in 2 back placements, just left a couple of archers in both sides, and I knew that my objective was in that back corner. So I basically just wanted to get as many models over there to control that side of the board as quickly as I could, because if he is drawn into the center to take what I assumed was his objective, because he kept moving towards the middle and not towards any other corner, then I could basically go and try and kill whatever warriors are there. Maybe the captain's there, I get a kill off that, and then the Sons of Eorl can come in quickly and make sure that he never gets back to claim my objective, and that's an automatic 3 points for me. So that was the plan. Winning that strike off against Isildur was ridiculous. I just didn't expect it, but man, when the Sons of Earl, like, they just did so much damage, because striking strength 6, piercing striking strength 6, I think I had 2 attacks each, and then Earl had his 3 attacks, and they just put 4 wounds on, then he failed both of his fate rolls. Just ridiculous, but lots of fun. The other big mistake I made was not calling a heroic move a turn earlier, like turn 4. I should have pulled them all back to get one more shot with the bolt thrower, and I couldn't really get any of my archery onto one specific target. I think I split their fire way too much, and I should have just focused everything at Kierdan and try and knock out that blinding light as quickly as I could, or just ignored it and just shot everything else. But I really should have just focused down Kierdan and just get through that 6 to hit, because as soon as he's gone, I can run away and that bolt thrower can just destroy everything. So I could have just run away, let him have the objective, and just bolt thrower the gibbers out of it. So yeah, it was a great game, and that's sort of my recap. I think I was very, very happy to win a couple important fights, and even though I lost every roll off, 50-50 roll, he has the Elven Blade advantage anyway, and I lost some ridiculous fights, like 3 Sons of Eorl fighting 1 Elf Archer or something, and he still won, or 1 Elf Spearman, and he got the 6, and I was like, well, that's why you play Fight 5. But great game, Kieran's an awesome opponent, and I'm happy to rack up some more wins against him, because I still need to pay back my the first game we played where I threw away a whole ground against him with gambling running out of the objective area. So I'm still working that back. But have a great night, and I'll see you for the next one.